I don't know, it might. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, we're back. We took a little hiatus. We had a little rest.
A little
You took a
break.
little trip.
I took a little trip. Did.
Yeah, how
Went
was the
to,
game? How was Christmas in another city doing something completely different?
well, I mean, we don't celebrate Christmas. So, like, it was just Thursday. The game was super fun. The Vegas Golden Knight, like, it's Vegas, so everything is a show. So, like, an hour before the doors even open, they have, like, a whole, like, DJ spinning music out in the, like, what do they call it? The realm. They open the doors to the realm. So, like, it's just a party. And then you get in, the doors open, you go in, and it's a party. And in between periods, it's a party. It's a show. It's probably dollar for time, the best show that you could pay for. $100, 5 hours of pure entertainment. So it was fun.
How fun.
It's good times. Yeah,
So
at the
they do
Boy
that for
Aquarium.
pretty much every game. They
Every
have
game.
like
Yeah.
this whole
They have uh
stuff.
they have this they have this thing that you spin and it's supposed to like it goes like, and as you spin it faster it gets higher and louder. And the guest spinner was Tony Orlando.
Oh, knock three
Yeah.
times on the ceiling if you want me.
Sometimes it's Wayne Newton.
Oh, okay. Now
See?
I I
It's a
might have to
show.
go. Might have to.
It's a
We
show.
might have to go together.
I'll meet you.
Um, what how was your New Year's? What did you do for New Year's? Anything exciting?
We went, we have, I have a friend who has a connection at the Irvine Improv. So we usually every year we go, we catch the early show so that we're home and in bed by 10 o'clock. So that was
Mm-hmm.
fun. Laughed. Steve Burns. I don't think I've ever seen, like, I recognized his face. And then when he started talking, I recognized him, but like I couldn't
Right.
put it together. But he was very, very funny. I laughed a lot and my cheeks hurt.
Yeah.
How about you? What'd you do?
So Christmas, we got up, had a nice big breakfast, and then we tootled on up to the casino where I won $90.
$90.
I know.
Wow.
I was pretty excited.
Retirement on the
I know.
horizon.
I know. So my friend Debbie, may she rest in peace, from Reno, when I would go to see her, we would always go to the casino. Now she was a gambler. I mean, she'd put $100 bill in a machine, and I'm like, "What did you just do?"
That's wild.
And play. And they all knew her. She'd get comps. They'd all come over and, "Hi, Debbie, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're a
That's
gambler."
wild.
So she always taught me you got to play the machines that have a bonus. You hit the bonus round, and then you spin, 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 spin. You get extra
Yeah.
spins, and find a machine on the end of the line, because those get played more, they pay out more. So I just
Okay.
plopped myself down. It was like a penny machine, and I put $20 in, and I was down to about, I don't know, $16 left when I hit the bonus, and I kept hitting the bonus, and I kept getting extra spin, extra spin, extra spin. And when it finally cashed out, I'm just sitting there like, is it going to
Uh-huh.
stop? Is it going to stop? Tom's sitting next to me. He's like, how much did you win? I'm like, I don't know.
Blink,
So
blink,
that was kind
blink,
of
blink,
fun. I
blink,
mean,
blink,
it's
blink.
$90. So
Okay.
then
You know what?
upstairs in,
It's
yeah,
it pays for the day.
yeah, paid for dinner. So upstairs in the hotel lobby, and it's a beautiful hotel. It's up on high on a hill. You've got a view of the whole town, the whole everything. So it's gorgeous up there. And so we went upstairs because they had on display. I guess they host a gingerbread house contest every year. Now, um, a lot of these gorgeous. People spend a lot of time on these. Some of these,
Not so much.
yeah, we're working some stuff out. Um, I think this was kind of therapeutic for a lot of people. But,
Okay.
I mean, then I'd look at the label and say, oh, made by the kindergarten class of blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, all right, well, that
Now
explains
that
it
makes
right there.
sense. Yeah.
But yeah, some of them I'm like, well, that's a very creative way to use like there was one where it had little trees out in front of the little house, and they used cotton candy to make it look like snow. I was like, oh, that is adorable.
Okay.
And so I guess they do that every year. It's kind of a thing. And first time I'd seen it, but that's kind of cool. New Year's, I was asleep by 7:30. So
I made it to
I
10.
mean, yeah, I woke up because I heard the fireworks, and we just decided, you know what, I don't have to go out. I'm tired. It's very crowded, and I don't like to be smushed up with people. And we've seen the boot drop. We do a boot drop instead of a ball drop. I've seen
Okay.
the fireworks. I
Yeah,
can I
don't
can
need to
skip
see
this
it all
year.
again.
We're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hard pass. Hard
Yeah,
pass.
so that was it. So, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I mean, there was a
Yeah,
time in our lives
same.
where if we weren't out doing something on New Year's, we were losers, but not anymore. Nobody's a loser
No.
if you just stay home and do whatever the hell you want.
Live your life.
Live your life.
Just do whatever.
Exactly.
Just do it, lady.
Yep. Just do it, lady. All right. Anything else? Any other sharesies? That's my caresy.
Oh, now here is my sharesy. So, the city of Denver is fairly liberal.
They have free Wi-Fi, from what I remember.
Probably. I don't know. We went to Denver to go see the Los Angeles Kings lose to the Colorado Avalanche. And we got there, we were walking around, we're like, let's just hop into this cute little place, a Pusa Cafe, and I don't even know, just get some food. We were hungry. It was dinner. It was like 7 o'clock. We had traveled from Vegas, so it was cold out. It was the closest place. We ordered the food. It's fine. Like, it's nothing fancy. It's nothing, it's not a big deal. And she brings the check and she says, we automatically put 20% in for a tip, and then we all share that. And then if you want to give anything extra, that goes just to me. First of all you did was write down hamburger. Second of all, the person who made the food did more. Third, like, I feel like there should be a sign outside before I walk in that says 20% gratuity automatically. There were two of us. It was me and Rebecca
Yeah, I don't
on a
know if I
Sunday
would
night
have
at 7
if I
o'clock.
if I don't know if I would have agreed to that. You know,
I
don't
wasn't
spring
gonna
that
make a
on me
big
at the end.
I don't care at this point. You have to suck for me not to leave 20%. It's just easier math. I just round up. I just do whatever. That's fine. But I
Got
sure
it.
as hell wasn't going to give you personally anything extra. You didn't do anything wrong, but we were in and out of there in 45 minutes. Like, we weren't a party of 10. It was two of us. We got one drink each. Like, that
Well,
annoyed
and
me.
I don't like that. The math is usually wrong on the receipt when it tells you 15% is this, 20%
Yeah,
is this.
it's,
So
it's all a
I'm a
scam.
I'm a 20% tipper. You really have to really screw up for me not to tip you. And if it's not your fault, I'm still going to tip you.
I'm still going to
You
tip you.
know. But yeah, that extra on top of it. And I also, it's like they're guilting you. Feel bad for me because I'm a server. Well, guess what? Uh, you
Girl, I
know,
don't feel bad for
you're
you.
not being taxed on tips anymore, so I don't feel
I
so bad for
also
you.
I don't hate the idea of all tips are shared
Hmm.
and everybody kind of contributes. So whoever walks by, they don't go, "Oh, well, let me get your server." Like, they just help you.
Right.
There weren't like it's not like there were very many of us there. Like, there were it was late at night on a Sunday. It was not busy. There were like maybe three other tables in there. So, like, again, I'm not opposed to the shared tip idea and putting it in, but
Yeah.
you should have something, whatever that's called. She called it something, and I don't even remember what it was called. But you should have a notification before. You should let people know when they're coming in.
Right.
I was a little annoyed. That was my
The other thing that I don't like is when you're shopping somewhere and you're paying and it's, would you like to round up for
no,
whatever, the children,
yeah,
the,
no, because that
the
money doesn't go to
animals?
them either.
No, that money goes in a pool from that retailer, which is part of another pool that gets distributed to you don't even know where. So, and Tom worked at a business in Mammoth. I won't say who it was because they're still in business, I think. But they had a jar on the counter where you paid, you know, give us, use your extra change to help
The Ronald McDonald House.
XYZ. Well, that change jar would kind of ironically disappear right before they went to Burning Man. Gee, where do we think all that money went? So I don't do that. I don't do that extra tip stuff.
I don't either.
If I do, I'll hand it to the person. Like, if I'm getting my
Same.
Starbies, I'll hand them an extra dollar, whatever. But yeah, the tip jars, we don't know where that's going necessarily.
There's just, I mean, when you start looking at the amount of fraud that's happening on wide scale, you got to know what's happening on the little scale too. So I'm not really apt to start handing people
Right.
handing organizations money unless I know for sure that's one that they when my daughter was a Girl Scout, do you know how much at the time, do you know how much she would get for each box of Girl Scout cookies sold that went to her and her troop? Like a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, what? Can I just write you a check instead of trying to, I'm not selling cookies anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't get enough of it.
Yeah. It's messed up. But
So,
I know. I know. Okay, so today, since it's a new
right.
year and welcome to 2026, I kind of
I got a
forgot
lot.
for a minute. I was
I
at
got a
work and I
lot.
had to write the date, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's 2026. We're going to talk about new laws that go into effect in our respective states. I've got a couple New Year's resolutions I'm going to share, and just everything kind of new and
Oh,
exciting for 2026. So since you're in California, I want to hear the whacked out shit that California's got on the books for
well,
2026.
there's one that I like. I'm all for, and I thought we did it already. And then there's one that what are we doing? Those are how we started off. The one that I'm all for is that they are requiring streaming companies to lower the sound on the advertisement so that it's the same as whatever you have. It doesn't scream louder, which I thought we did that already. I thought that was something we already passed. I thought and that there was an FCC something or other, but apparently not. So now that is
Yeah.
happening. I'm
I don't know.
thrilled about
I
that.
did see that one and I thought, "Oh good. So when I'm half asleep
Yeah,
and, cuz I don't pay for the ad-free streaming, and
I don't either.
an ad comes up, it's not going to blast me awake.
It's
So
the
I'm
neighbor
pretty
must think
excited
I'm
about
crazy.
that.
I'm very excited about that one. That was the one. And then the one that I was like, what are we even doing here? Is we are now back to plastic bags are terrible, no more plastic bags, and we're paper only. And they are still charging the tags, right? Like paper bags were going to kill the environment, and then we had the single-use plastic bags, and then those were killing the environment, so you had to have the reusable ones, and now those are bad again. And so it's just to prove everything comes back in style.
Well, so I always had the reusable bags. And when we first moved to Arizona, here I trot into the supermarket for my first visit and with
Right.
my reusable bags. And that just screams, you're from California and they hate us here. So
Yes.
I learned that, like, don't bring your bags in, just let them bag it. And, I have a use for the plastic bags. I use them to pick up dog doo. I use them to, clean up the yard. Or I'll take them over to the dog park and leave them there. So I have a use for the plastic bags. Paper is
Yeah.
just annoying. And so you just have to decide, do you want to, clog up landfills or kill trees? It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But the reusable
It's all
bags,
a scam.
must I say, you do have to wash them. They get gross and dirty,
They
and
get nasty.
that was a COVID thing. Like stores were like, don't bring your bags in here because they're gross. And it's like bringing your pillowcase in to the store and having them bag your groceries in it. So yeah. Well, here in Arizona, the big deal is minimum wage. So I
Well,
think this
that is
is kind
so
of,
minimum wages everywhere.
yeah.
It's
So we've gone from 1470 to 1515. Now it's higher in Tucson, it's 1545. Flagstaff is like its own country. Theirs is 1835. And I gotta say, even at that rate, I don't know that that's a livable wage unless you're still living
not.
at home with your parents.
It's not.
So
It's
I don't know what the answer is.
California minimum wage is 16.90. However, in the city of Los Angeles, they will be slowly increasing the minimum wage in the hospitality and tourism industries so that it's at $30 an hour come Olympic time. Now,
Oh yeah.
all
Oh
that's
yeah.
gonna you can't once the toothpaste out of the tooth, you can't put it back in.
You can't put it
So
back in.
what's gonna you all these businesses are gonna go out of business. You can't
Well, and
continue to pay people $30 an hour.
no, and I understand like it's depends on the area too, what part of California
I,
you're in. When I was at the
sure.
hotel, it was a constant battle with the parent corporation company
Yeah.
to get the wages up to where people could afford to live there. We were in a
Yeah.
tourist town. We were in a ski town. We were in the middle of nowhere. Things were expensive there. And I was, battling with the company. Well, you're a geo level 2. I'm like, okay, well, that's
But it's
just not even
California.
realistic. Why do you think I have no employees? No one wants to work here because we don't pay enough.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we tried to get it, we couldn't just do a huge, and that was the other thing is, well, we can't just do a huge jump because then we'd have to do that for all the other properties. I'm like,
You
I
have to do
could
it for
give
every
two
yeah.
shits about the other properties.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
running
not my
them.
concern.
So, and that
Yeah.
tells me that there's a bigger problem here. So my boss at the
Yeah.
time, she worked with me. She got it, she really helped me kind of get it in there, but it still wasn't enough. And I don't know what the answer is. It's
It's
kind of upside
it's
down.
it's crazy that New York City is $17 an hour.
Yeah.
That's
You can't live
crazy.
there.
No,
You
it's
can't live
wild.
on $17 an hour.
But I still think that jobs that have quote unquote minimum wage, that are those types of jobs, that those are not jobs that are meant to be full-time, how you live your life jobs. They're meant to be supplemental or part-time or your first job, or
Right.
and I think that it's just morphing into that's all that is available, or that
Yeah.
people don't have whatever requirement it is, and so it morphs into something it's not supposed to be, and then you have these situations, and it's just, can you imagine, you're like, if so we occasionally will get a room at the Courtyard Marriott, and we'll go to a Kings game and we'll just spend the night so that we can have a few beers and enjoy, make a whole weekend out of it.
Right.
If they're jumping their minimum wage to $30 an hour, I'm not going to be able to afford to go to the Courtyard Marriott, which is not
Right.
a big deal. Like, we did it every couple of years, but $30 an hour. That's
Yeah.
insanity.
I know. I
So
know. And in
it'll be
some cities,
interesting to
like I know,
see.
in our properties in San Francisco, you had unions where like I
Yeah,
can't afford to hire people because the union is paying them 3 times more to work at the same type of property down the street.
yeah,
It was crazy. We really struggled with wages.
yeah.
And then, you know, the other thing is once that stuff changes, then the employers have to change all of their
Yeah,
posters and
sure.
their,
Yeah, everything.
all that stuff. And I just remember like literally every like almost 3 or 4 weeks, I'd be getting new labor posters. Take the old ones down, put these up. I'm like, well, what changed? Oh, like a the over on this section. And it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
fucking government, you know? It's just no, it's
Wild.
just not efficient. It doesn't make any
It's
sense,
not.
not logical. And that's just what we live in. Um,
Yeah.
I,
Um,
there was
uh,
one, there's one law that I thought was, being a pet owner, I get it. It's called Dexter's Law. And
yes,
it
I saw that.
is,
It's on my list.
yep, it's a database to check for animal abuse history if you're trying to
Yep.
adopt a pet.
Yep.
So when we
Like,
got
how
this
does this
last
not
dog,
already exist? How is
I
it
know.
2026 and it's the
Well, it's because most shelters that are city, state, whatever
yeah,
run, they want to just get them out of there
yeah.
because, they have to destroy them after a certain amount of time. There's a lot of no-kill shelters.
Yep.
There's a lot of private organizations, rescues. When we went to get Orvis, the terrorist, so it was a private shelter, and we had to fill out an application. We had to have references. You had to basically say, do you own or rent your property? If you were a renter, you had to have explicit permission from your landlord. They had to talk to
Yeah.
the landlord that you're allowed to have this
Well,
animal.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if they made you prove, yes, I own my house, or, I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's
You
easy.
could
You
just
just
lie
property
and
tax
say,
bill.
yeah, but, we had to go through a process before they would let us adopt them because they want to
They don't want them
minimize the
back.
chance of the
Yeah.
animal coming back. And they want them to stay with you and, not. That's why a lot of them have like a fostering thing. You can foster them for a week or two before you make the decision so that they don't come back. So that's a law that I thought was interesting. I'm like, oh, well, this is kind of nice.
There's one here that is interesting in theory, but like so it's an auto admittance into the Cal State University system directly from high school if you have a 2.5 cumulative GPA, which is all fine and dandy, but the Cal State University system is already so massively impacted that if you were just opening these floodgates, what do you, what,
Are they
huh?
ready for that?
They are 100% not ready for that because Rebecca,
Do
who
you have
had
the
one class that she had to take in order to get her degree that was offered only once a year, and if she didn't get in it, she would have to wait a whole another year, and she
mm,
had to go on the wait list and wait for 3 weeks
oh,
for the professor to go through all of the people to say, "Oh
oy.
yeah, you get jumped." Yeah, that's been happening since I went to Cal State Fullerton. Like it's
Yeah,
not any better. Like you had to be strategic with how you pick classes because God bless them. Good luck.
that sucks. That
It's
sucks.
crazy. It's
Um,
crazy. I again I applaud them. Like auto admittance, they don't have to go through a whole big process. Everybody is automatic, but it's not very practical. It's not practical.
yeah, like, are they ready for that?
They are
Do they
not.
have the teachers? Do they have the
Nope.
infrastructure to handle all that? Yeah,
How about
that's
just the
kind of
parking?
nuts. Um,
There were TikToks being made of people that got stuck in the Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach parking lot for over an hour and a half because there was only one parking lot because there was construction at the other one. And as they were all trying to get out at the same time, it took them an hour and a half to get out. Like, no, they're not ready for it. They're not ready for it.
do you think this might be a backdoor way to try and push people into online school?
I mean, I don't
Because
know.
I would. I'd be like, screw
You
it.
could
I
do,
mean,
you
if they
could,
have an online program, I'd
yeah,
be like,
everybody's got it.
I'm
Everybody's got
going
it. You can
online.
go to
I don't
National
want to leave the
University
house,
and take it on. It's double though. Like it's a lot. It's not cheaper. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
just I don't know what the I'd have to like read through the actual bill and look and kind of I don't know what the ultimate they always say it's about like, oh, we're just trying to give kids an opportunity to
No,
I don't
there's
know if
always a
that's
money
the
trail.
case.
It's always follow the
There's
money.
always
Nobody
yeah,
does
it's always
things
something for
out
sure.
of the goodness of their hearts anymore, except
No,
us doing this
they don't
podcast.
anymore.
We just want to entertain everybody and have some fun.
So it's just this purely out of the goodness of my heart.
There's a controversial one here in the zona,
Ooh.
and it has to do with what they call middle housing. And what
Okay.
middle housing is basically it's requiring larger cities, like I think I saw over populations of over 75,000, to allow duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes without limitations in single family residential areas. So for this area, that would be basically Phoenix, and it includes
Yeah.
like a 10-mile radius outside of Phoenix, which also happens to be a historic district where people are losing their freaking minds because they've spent a lot of time and money and energy and developing this area into a historic area, and their real estate values reflect it, and to let multifamily dwellings in, that's going to bring down the value of the neighborhood, the aesthetic of the neighborhood, and I don't know what the
Isn't
answer is to
there
that.
isn't there a whole like city gonna be built? I thought I saw something about they're gonna build some sort of Bill Gates is somehow involved in some sort of all like intelligent city, but they don't know where they're gonna get the water from. It's
Oh, like a
outside of
smart
Phoenix.
city?
I can't. Yeah, yeah, the
I
smart
have no
city.
idea. I don't
Yeah,
follow that. I would think Portland.
yeah.
Portland is where
Right?
you want to do that kind of crap. But Yeah, people are losing their minds. And,
Yeah.
I live in a historic neighborhood and there are multi-family dwellings
Yeah.
sprinkled throughout, and it's fine. I mean, it's a much smaller scale here than Phoenix. Phoenix is kind of a toilet. The more I live here, the more I kind of see how people are just, if you work in Phoenix, you live outside, in the
Outside.
outside
Yeah.
areas like Goodyear, Cave Creek,
They did. They did some stuff here.
Anthem. Yeah.
Like if you had your house and you wanted to build an ADU or some other thing, that you could actually sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So you could take your house, build a little house in the back, and then you could actually sell that to somebody as opposed to. And I was like, how's that going to work? How do you GIS, redo maps, redo
Mm-hmm.
electricity, redo like how exactly that does that work? Like I think that also great in theory, but I don't know how many people are actually doing it.
Because it's still on one lot,
It's still
right?
on one
They
lot,
haven't
yeah.
divided the actual land.
No, you'd have to,
Um,
I would think, go in and do that.
well, and where we used to live in Redondo, that's what was happening there was this
Yeah,
one or two different development companies came in, and
yeah,
the older houses on the double lots, they would just knock them down and put these double
monstrosities.
monstrosity,
Yep.
maximum density structures with no yard. Basically, it's all
Mm-mm.
driveway and side
Yep.
yard and maybe a little front patch. And that was kind of ruining the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I can see how people are concerned. It's not in my backyard syndrome. We don't want that here. But they're trying to pass it off as affordable housing.
Yeah.
What
Say
part of that do
that's
you
why
think
they're
is going to be affordable?
it's not.
It's
That's why
not.
they're that's why they like opened the floodgates to do it here and they were encouraging people to do it here because in the city of Huntington Beach, the state mandate is for us to add X number of new low income housing, which that we don't have the space. Like
Hmm.
we can't there's no space to put 12,000 more low income housings. There just isn't.
You
There's
know,
no
I
space. Like I don't know
I
where you're
got
going to put
one
it.
I got one word for housing density. Fucking Torrance, man.
Oh,
You just drive through any neighborhood in Torrance and there's nowhere to park because
no.
it's like there's like 3 4 cars for every unit, and
Yeah.
it's kind of ridiculous,
Yeah.
and it's
They don't
you
care though.
you
Just
you
they
start
keep you just keep yeah,
keep building up. You
building
can't
up.
build out, you keep building up.
Yeah.
So I don't have the answers.
I don't either. Leave.
Go to Wyoming. It's like the least
I'm going
densely
to Cheyenne.
populated
I'm going to
state.
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Yeah,
Nice
go to
little
Montana, something like that.
80. I can get 80 acres for like 70 grand. And just put a little tiny house in the middle of it.
Yep. All right, what else
Uh,
you got? What other whacked out shit's
well,
happening in California?
there's the big controversial one, and I don't know, is we're going to put folic acid in tortillas now because we put folic acid in bread, but it's not in tortillas, and so we're going to put folic acid in tortillas. Now, the one side of the group
It's going
says
to
this
solve
is
the world's
great. It's
problems.
gonna, well, it's great because the Hispanics who eat the tortillas need the full extra folic acid. And then you have the nutrition experts who say if there's, 40% of the population has the MTFR something or other gene and they can't actually process folic acid. And so it's actually really bad to put folic acid in it. And so you're going to make things worse for half the people. Now, I have whatever that gene is. I don't know what that means. Can we just encourage people to eat more leafy greens instead? So they can
I
get
I thought
their
I thought the
real
whole folic acid thing was
folic
big
acid's
with
not
like pregnant
real.
women. Like,
Well,
oh,
it's not.
pregnant
Yeah,
women
it's
got to get more of their folic acid, blah blah blah. So they're gonna eat more
yeah.
tortillas, and that's gonna take care
It's
of it, or
well, it's all the highly processed foods that everybody is eating more of. That
hmm.
it takes all of the it just depletes your whole body of everything it needs. So instead of trying to shift people back to eating better things. We're just going to try and add these things into we're going to put more processes into the
In the
processed food.
well, speaking of
Eat
processed
some broccoli.
foods,
That's
The
all I have to say.
Arizona Healthy Foods Act bans processed foods in school lunches
Yep,
starting
we
this
have that
year.
one as well. We have that one
And
as
I don't
well.
even know what kids eat. We had to bring our own lunch.
We get, yeah,
I went to a
we
grade
have,
school
yeah,
in New Jersey where we had hot lunch, but we
yeah,
paid for it.
yeah, we
If
paid
you
for it.
were on the program, your parents paid for it, and they gave you a little menu every week,
Yeah,
so you knew what was coming. And but a Catholic school, we didn't have free lunch,
no.
so I don't even know what the kids are eating.
We had hot lunches, I think maybe once or twice a week. I don't think we had it every day, but I can't remember.
We had it like once a month. They'd do like hamburgers and hot dogs for us.
Yeah,
But I remember during
burritos.
COVID, we were in Carson City going shopping or something, and we took like a shortcut side road through this one area, this one little valley, and there's this line of cars, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And it was a public school, and they were handing out the lunches, even though
Yeah,
the school was closed. And I'm
yeah,
like, I don't get it. And it's like, well, they have to
yeah.
because they're paid for, so they have
Yeah.
to hand them out.
They get funding for it.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, let's get in line. Let's get a banana.
Um, this one will affect a lot of people here in our city. Um, there's a couple of e-bike ones. One makes it a requirement for an e-bike to have lights on 24/7, not just at night. And the other one reclassifies certain e-bikes as off-road vehicles. So
Mm,
in our lovely city of Huntington Beach, we have the e-bike problem is out of control. And statistically speaking, the biggest problem is not the middle schoolers like we'd all like to believe. It's the 40 to 55-year-olds.
yep, it's
They're the
all of
ones that
us.
are they're the ones that are getting in the most accidents. Um, but it's the middle schoolers that have these. I think I want to say it's just like a 750 watt or something. It has to do with the
Hmm.
battery capacity, and once you get beyond that, it now becomes an electric motorcycle, not an
Right.
e-bike. And so this will classify all of those as off-road vehicles, which makes them not street legal, which we've already been impounding. See, like, I get you don't want to have to buy your kid a car to go
Right.
to school, and you want them to have an e-bike instead of a regular bike because again it's less work for them. I understand all of those things. It's also the room for error in death is
Right.
so it's not worth it, and there's reasons why you shouldn't put a 13-year-old on an e-bike that goes 40 miles an hour because they're also not paying attention. They're
When we
and
were
they
that
get
age,
hit.
it was mopeds.
Yep.
Everybody had a moped,
Yep.
and you'd pedal it, and then it would go.
Yep.
Um, Now we have e-bikes, but they're pedal assist. They're not
Yes.
true e-bikes,
No,
and
we
so
have
that
both.
there's a big deal here with the trails, because they're all access trails,
Yeah.
hiking, horseback riding, and
Well, they're heavier. Like
yeah,
they're gonna destroy certain trails, and
and a
I
horse
mean,
won't. I mean, a
well,
horse is way heavier than a bike, but I
yeah,
get it. You're gonna
yeah,
have this disagreement with different
for sure.
modes of transportation, um, but mine is not. It's not a true electric bike. It's a pedal assist bike.
Yeah.
So
No, these
yeah,
are
you
all
do. I do
true.
have to charge it.
Yeah.
It has a battery on it, but it's not one of these, zzz, like a little motorcycle zipping down the
No,
road.
we have a lot of electric motorcycles throughout the
But
city,
yeah,
so
oh yeah, we
it's a
do
bit
here
much.
too. But yeah, I can see how. Well, remember on the Strand when everybody got rollerblades?
Yeah,
That was a
I was one
menace.
of the
Oh my
first
God, the
ones. Yeah.
rollerbladers
Yes,
are just a
I was one of
menace on
those
the bike path. I
menaces.
can't walk
Yes.
my dog, and I can't walk. It was a whole thing. It's always a
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Always a
always a
thing.
thing. It's just e-bikes, this thing.
We got to blame everything on something.
Now,
Um,
I didn't read the full extent of this one, but there is some sort of new, like all schools have to have some like new cell phone
oh,
policy, and like,
Yeah, I saw
okay,
that.
we all have, like, all the schools already have the cell phone policy. It's
Yeah.
just, it's very difficult to enforce. And, like,
Well,
okay,
and I think there's a lot of parents out there that are not okay with the level of safety in some of the schools, and their excuse is my child's going to have a phone if they have an
I need
emergency
to be
and they
able to
need
get in
me.
touch with
Yeah.
them 24/7, 365, which is wild. Like,
I
they'll
don't
be
trust
okay for
Linda
an
at
hour.
the front desk, that bitch Linda at the front desk. I can't get past her
That
in the school
she'll be
office to get to my
the
kid.
kid will be fine at school, like it's okay. But that's, I
Yeah.
don't, Virginia has some sort of weird law that I didn't, again, read the entire extent of it, that they want to limit social media to 1 hour a day for people under 16. Now, can someone explain to me how we are going to enforce that, and what is said penalty for more than
You
one
have to
hour
have
a
a
day?
like a payphone. You have to have a meter on your computer.
Right.
Put quarters in.
Like, I don't,
Oh
I,
God.
I, I'm all for it.
Well, and this there's another one too, that how do you enforce this? Websites with explicit content must verify the user age. How many
Yeah.
websites for, like, I don't know, Coors Light or some other
Foods, right.
beverage
Are you over
company, and it says,
21?
"Are you over
Yes.
21?" Yes, I am.
Sure.
Boom, there's your
Sure.
verification. Wow. Well, that really that really is stopping underage drinking. I
It's,
mean, how do you enforce all this stuff?
you
It's kind
don't.
of,
You
it's laws
can't.
without teeth. Laws without teeth. And I hate to think of our elected representatives wasting time on all this garbage. It's like,
All I know is if there's anything written by Scott Wiener, I am a hard pass, because whatever he usually has, or that he's usually involved in, and that's the very, very big, I forget which one, which AB number it is, but the one that allows, um it's, I believe that it is designed for that, um if there is some immigration issue and you have a student who whose family is dealing with that, and the parents aren't able to pick them up from school or make decisions for them because they're being detained or something's happening, that anybody who is in that student's life can make those decisions. Okay, that's what the emergency card is for, and that person's name should be on there. I don't know in practicality how, because you've, again, one side says, oh, this is what it's about making it easier for decisions to be made about the students' education, when, right, or if somebody's here without parents and they don't have documentation and they don't have a court order and they don't have all these things that are required by ed code in order to get these kids into school, they want to make it easier. But also, you're making it easier for people to have access to kids that shouldn't have access to kids.
mm-hmm.
So it, in theory, I understand what you're trying to do, but I think we need to use some logic here and not put these bills together that makes it super easy for anyone to go pick up somebody's kids. Makes it a little
Yeah, I
nervous,
mean,
a little scary.
the it's kind of going in the opposite direction. For a long
Mm-hmm.
time, anybody could, schools didn't have fences. And,
Yeah. Now you
oh, your
kids
mom
gotta
told
you
me
gotta
to
get
come pick
buzzed
you
in.
up. I mean, it could be a
Yeah.
neighbor that the kid knows. And now it's like, and we went completely the other direction.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of going back to, oh, anyone can
Yeah.
pick up my kid.
Yeah.
Just go get
Anyone can
him.
do it. Yeah.
God. All right. Um, I'm going to do one more.
Okay.
So breast cancer screenings. So health
Yep.
plans must fully cover diagnostic breast exams, no extra costs, starting in 2026. So, go get your boobs checked.
I thought most healthcare companies already did that.
Yeah. Well, now it's required.
Okay. Well, great.
Yep.
I get mine done every year. So
All
pleasant.
right. Go ahead and do one
The
more.
last big one we got here is they have banned cat declawing in the state of California. You may no
Oh,
longer declaw your cat because it is inhumane. So Princess, who wants to be an indoor cat, is still going to have claws.
and is going to destroy your furniture.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It's, I kind of have mixed feelings about that. I'm not a cat owner. I love cats. I just can't eat a whole one by myself. But yeah, I don't know about the declawing. Yeah, it is. They do need their claws. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a matter of you have to do training so that they don't claw up things they're not supposed to. You have to provide them the right environment, and um, I don't know. I guess I'm okay with not not declawing. But all it's going to do is people are just going to go to. Oh, I'm just going to go out of state, get my cat declawed. It's.
Yeah.
I mean,
It,
I don't know. It's a step, I guess, in a
I
direction
don't, I guess I'd have to look
for
at the
people that don't
statistics
want to
of,
do it.
right?
Yeah.
Like how big of an impact is this?
Right.
How many cats are actually being declawed, right? Is this really affecting 15 people, 15 cat, like how many, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that it has been on the decline over the years because
Mm-hmm.
they realized,
Yeah.
I think, that they need them, but I don't know how
Right.
impactful it
Right.
is. But it's now California law, no more cat
Hmm.
declawing.
Interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
On
That's
that
what we have.
note, what you talking about, Willis?
Well, I in one of my eventful, fun evenings out, mixed up to what you're talking about, Willis, is, and said something about my chingas in my butthole, which is not the right phrase.
Sure. What?
I don't know. I had a chingus in my butthole. It's not the right phrase. It's not. It's not. It's my chingus life, and then the other something about my
Digging
butthole.
in your butt
But
crack.
digging in my butt crack, right? And I chingused in my butthole, and I got it completely wrong, and we laughed for a good 10 minutes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So that is my new one, chingus in my butthole, and I don't know what it means,
Ah.
but it is not right.
I saw on the Tickety Talks that about the great what is it? The great reset of 2026. That kids are tired of 6, 7, and all the crap
We
that
gotta
they're
find a new
doing. So
one.
we're gonna do a reset. We're just gonna throw it all out and just start over with a new one. But I don't know what that new one is. So, and at this point, I kind of don't really care.
Yeah.
It's like 6, 7 was just
Something's gotta have legs.
it's gotta have legs. It's gotta be mildly interesting. Um, so on that note, I wanted to share with you. I normally don't do New Year's resolutions, and really because they're pointless. You might do it for a week or two, but it's like I'd rather just kind of remind myself on a regular basis. All right, I need to take care of myself. I need to be nice. I need to, do this, that,
Do
and the
you
other.
need to be
I
nice?
don't, well, sometimes,
Should
yes.
be.
And, don't murder anybody. But,
Yeah.
it's like a
I
couple
can get on
things
board
came
with
up
that.
and I said, this is it. Okay. I think that there needs to be more ranch dressing in my life on a regular basis.
I make my
I
own
eat
ranch dressing.
I do too. And I eat my vegetables for lunch every day, and
Yep.
they're kind of boring.
Needs
And
ranch. Needs some
I
ranch.
found myself saying, I don't really want to eat these. And one of my coworkers says, "Why is there no ranch here?" And I'm like, "You know what? You're right. There needs to
More
be ranch."
ranch. More ranch. Okay.
My other one is, and this goes back to, I talked about this in our Christmas episode. I think I'm going to continue with my intense dislike for Oprah.
Okay.
She popped up on the cover of People magazine in the last week or so, talking about her weight loss journey. Have we not been talking about your fucking weight loss journey
Weight
for
loss
40
journey
fucking
for
years, Oprah? Enough
forever.
already. Enough. You're out of touch with your Christmas list. Stop. You have your own magazine to be on the cover of. Why are you on People? Why? Why do we need to know that you're on Ozempic? We don't care. We don't fucking
The
care.
worst.
Ugh.
Yeah, she's
Enough. Enough.
enough with Oprah.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
what about you? Any
You
New
know,
Year's
I
resolutions
am
for you?
just, every January I do a thing, and it's usually no sugar. So starting tomorrow for it's January. Usually I start January 1st, but just screw the
The
weekend.
first
Have
Monday.
some
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, the first Monday. So it'll be no sugar, no processed sugar, no processed foods, no it'll be a lot of healthy eating. Try to kick it off.
Yeah.
Always feel so much better. Like
Yeah.
my body feels better. I'm gonna try and do it longer than just 1 month. Try and see how long I can sustain it. And I've just noticed that I used to be able to like be really good and then I could have like a cheat day,
Hmm.
right? I can't do that anymore. I get like a cheat
Weekend.
item. And now it has to be like one thing. You can't it can't
One
even be
thing.
a whole
Well,
one thing. Like you could have one cinnamon roll or one piece of cake or one piece of pizza or
oh,
what you
instead of a
can't
whole
do
day.
instead of a whole day or instead of
Yeah.
like this is my cheat meal, like I get one item per
Hmm.
week. So January you get no items. January is full, none. And then come February, we're going to see if we can continue to do that and you get one item. My body
Yeah.
reacts differently now. One day or one meal derails and fucks everything up. So we got to
Yeah.
narrow it down.
Yeah.
Can't do it
This,
anymore.
over the last 2, 3 weeks really was, horrifying because we had so much crap at work. People
It's
just kept
everywhere.
bringing us more. And then not yesterday, Friday, a dozen donuts shows up from a
Ugh,
customer. I'm like, what are you doing?
stop.
What are you
It's
doing?
over.
Yeah.
It's
So
over.
I've got to go get my sugar checked.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it. I was going to do it this week. I thought, what,
You're like,
this
I'm
might
going to wait a
be a
week.
good week to do it.
No, wait
Even
just
though
another week.
it doesn't really matter. It's based on your, that kind of doesn't affect it. But I thought, oh God, I've had so much crap the last couple of
So
weeks.
much. So much.
A little bit here, a little bit there. And um, I just thought, well, all right, time to get
Yeah.
back on the horse and
Just
just
reset.
eat my vegetables with ranch,
Yep.
hate on Oprah, and love the new year.
Perfect.
That's all I got.
That's all
So,
I
yeah.
got.
Happy
All right.
New
Well,
Year,
happy New Year.
everyone. And it's a 2026. Whatever you decide to do is good for you. But, be nice.
You do you.
Take care of yourself. Don't murder anybody.
That's a solid advice.
Watch, rate, review. I think we're up to 17
Hmm?
subscribers on the
Our year.
YouTubes. So,
It's
I
our
mean, it's our
year.
year. It's going to happen. Everybody's going to get out there, and there's no cost to subscribe. I think people hear subscription and they're like, oh, they want me to pay. No, we don't want you to pay for anything. We're not paying for
No.
anything. So let's
Just
see
hit
how
that
many.
button.
Just hit that button, even if you don't even listen. 18. We're up to 18. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
big day,
exciting.
big day.
That's exciting. Big day. All
All
right.
right.
So
Tell a friend.
tell a friend, listen, rate, review. We're on the Tickety Talks. We're on the Instagrams, Latchkey Life Pod, on the
We're silly.
Spotify, on the YouTube.
All
That's
right.
it. That's
Peace
all I
out.
got. All right. Bye bye.